Good morning, dear friends. Today we are going to talk about the social research. Um it is a sociology topic. It's very important, and in most of exams, we have seen such type of questions related to the social research method in sociology. So we will talk about it in bit detail. But first of all, we need to define what is research. It is an attempt to know new things, facts, information, etc., in a scientific manner. Uh, L.V. Redman and H.B. Morey have said that systemized effort to gain new knowledge we call research. We are well aware of the fact that whoever is doing PhD or writing research paper or doing MPhil or preparing his thesis, he is doing research. So what is research? He's studying about the new things. He's trying to explore ideas, or he's trying to acquire knowledge about the ongoing trends in the society. If you are talking about the social issues, social problems, so all these things, all these steps, all these methods, which are we're trying to get out new knowledge or new facts or new information, it's called research. These are different types of research. We'll talk in bit we'll talk briefly about it. Type by applications, we have pure research. It is exploring new ways, new techniques, new methodologies to study any social event, social problem. In the same way, the applied research, we are applying the existing techniques, methods, and laws or theories, whatever it is, on that particular topic, particular area, to get our results. In the same manner, if you are talking about the research in terms of its objective, so we have exploratory research. We have we are trying to explore new things. We are starting the about the area, about the field, about which we don't know anything in advance. It's entirely new area, the new subject, new topic, and we want to know about it. So for that reasons, we will conduct the exploratory research. And descriptive research, what we will do in yeah, sorry, in this type of research, we will conduct our research in the description of something. In the same way, explanatory research, it is from its name, it's very obvious that we are trying to explain the existing trends in the society, or any problem relevant to that research. In the same way, in the correlational research, we are trying to correlate two different events, two different problems, or two different issues, and try to make conclusions. In the same way, we have qualitative research, which is related to qualities. Normally we come across the index of happiness in different countries, index of satisfactions in different companies. So these all things are related to the qualitative research. These are basically abstract things and abstract qualities. We try to know about the happiness level. We are trying to know about the sadness level, whatever level, but it could be the abstract research. And the quantitative research, we talk about the ages, we talk about the death ratio, we talk about the specific age people, what are their problems, or what are their aims or their works, whatever but we are discussing these things in the quantitative research. So dear students, the main thing is how we are conducting research. That is very important questions, and we need to know it. Most of the papers, we have been through such questions. What is the research method in sociology? So in any research, in either it's social science or it is the natural sciences or whatever, we have to pass through these processes before conducting the research. First of all, we need to define the problem. What is the problem? What is the issue we are going to explore, we are going to explain, or we are going to correlate? The first thing is defining the problem. For example, in the context of Pakistani society, we can say We can talk about the sectarian issues, we can talk about the poverty, we can talk about the illiteracy, we can talk about the failing democracy in this state of Pakistan, and so many other issues we can talk. We can take as a research problem or as a research issue. Second thing is that, we need to review the existing literature about that related to that topic. We have to collect the data, information, or whatever we have in in advance in the market, in the different books, in the different magazines, etc. So first, the second step is we need to review that literature. The third one is we need to formulate the hypothesis. What we want to achieve, we are going to do with our research, or what will be, what is the expected result of that data which we are trying to collect and inquire about that specific social issue. Similarly, we need to select a research design. We have we know a little bit, but if you know a little about the research method of sociology, so there are different research designs like questionnaires, surveys, and the interviews, etc. So we need to select the research design. Then we have to carry out the research. Like, for example, if you have selected the questionnaires, then you have to distribute different questionnaires among that particular subjects. For example, if we are trying to name about the satisfaction of students with any particular universities or subjects, so you have to prepare the questionnaires, you have to distribute it among those students, and you will get the result. So once we are done with the research, then we have to interpret the results. What are we getting? For example, the poverty level in our society or a particular city. So once we are done with that, we will interpret the results, like what is the percentage of the poor people in that society, or why they are poor. And then we have to report the findings, and then finally we have to discuss it, and that's it. We can publish that report, or we can come up with the solutions, or we can explain it as it is. So methods of social research. Methodology is a system of rule, principle, and procedures that guide scientific investigations. We cannot start scientific investigation with our own will or whatever we want. No, you are not the boss, you are not the whatever you like, you are not the prince or whatever, you have to follow a particular methodology to do the social research. So we have different techniques in sociology. We have observation, we have questionnaire, we have interview, we have the social surveys, and some other like statistical, case study, historical, experimental method, etc. We will study a few of them. First of one is observation. According to Wallace and Wallace, in observation study, the researcher actually evidences the social behavior in its natural settings. Yeah, observation, normally we use this very technique in all the sciences, in all researches. So for example, you are conducting the research method through observations, then you will be observer. You will observe certain qualities, certain things in a certain group, and after that you will publish your findings. Excuse me. So types of observation: we have non-control participant observations. You are the sociologist, you want to know about a particular group, why they are like this, then you will go there as a participant, and you will take one of the role, and you will work with them, and you will observe, and after some time, when you are done with your research, you will publish your findings. But it has some limitations. Most of people are getting involved emotionally. You are living with them, you are eating with them, you are part of that community, so maybe your emotions will be get involved in your findings. In the same way, the number of subjects, the people you are observing will be very small, so you cannot generalize it easily. And in the same way, due to our getting emotions, you will sacrifice some precision to your scientific findings. Furthermore, if you are applying this method, so you cannot generalize this single finding or the single observation study to the whole community or whole society. And furthermore, it is according to Horton and Hunt, is asking the question: it is ethical to pretend to be a loyal member or group in order to study it. Is such a deception is justifiable? Because the people you are being part of, they don't know that you are here just to study their particular habit or norms or customs. So Harden and Harden is saying that is ethical or not. So we will not go into detail. Let's go to the next topic. I mean next item, non-control, non-participant observations. In this one, you are observing it from far away. You are not acting as a part of them. But you are observing in the same way, it's systematic control observation. So these are different techniques for the observations to do the social research. Similarly, in the questionnaire, it is it consists of a number of questions. It could be printed or typed in a definite order on a form or a set of forms. So normally people prepare a questionnaire and they forward it to the subjects from where they want to conduct the research, and they are giving them answers. As a result, they conclude their findings. So it has two types: structured questionnaires, those which pose definite, concrete and prepared questions. The questions are prepared in advance, and furthermore it has two types. One is closed-ended, in which the questionnaire, the guys from which you are trying to extract the information, is been given the choices like A, B, C, D. For example, so if in a present scenario, we can say that if someone is conducting the survey about the satisfaction of the common man from the government of PTI, so he could be asked, you are satisfied with Imran Khan, you are not satisfied, or you are whatever. But he has been given choices in advance. In the same manner, open-ended, he has been left to his own will, as whatever he want he can comment. In the same way, unstructured questionnaire, so we have broadly two types. In a third type of social research techniques, we use interview. So literally it means mutual view of each other. It's called conversation with a purpose. For example, if you are discussing something with another guy, so you must have some objective or purpose to discuss. Your conversation should not be meaningless. So its objective is to exchange ideas, elicit information regarding a wide area in which the interviewer may wish to recollect the past. So it is about getting information by asking person directly or indirectly. So also we have different types of interview: that non-directive interview, which is uncontrolled, unstructured or unguided, that you are asking the questions unprepared and you are asking whatever you want. Another is the directive interview, and then a focus interview, the repeated interview, the depth interview. These are different types of the interview. You can Google it and you can check it. These are very easy topics. In the same way, we have social surveys. Commonly most of the people think about the social research in sociology as a service. They think they know the one and only techniques, which is called survey as a sociology's tools through which is getting the information, is concluding his findings related to any social problem or issue. So it is systematic collection of facts about people living in a specific geographic, cultural or administrative area, depending upon the nature and the purpose of the study. Social survey assumes different forms. Some of these are it could be official, it could be semi-official or private surveys. If you are conducting on the behalf of your government, is official, or on behalf of any non-governmental organizations or private surveys, you are doing it as a student or as a company. In the same way, we have widespread or limited surveys, census survey or sample surveys, general or specialized surveys, regional or ad hoc surveys. So we have different types. Thank you very much. I hope you understand this topic. though it was very tricky, and it's like, for some students it seems quite difficult, but I hope you have learned this topic.